Hey guys, Generation here. So, Holiday Cup, right? Let's talk Holiday Cup. Here we are, Burlington, guys. Beautiful Burlington. Really want to hit rank 24 during Holiday Cup. We'll see. Just hit 2607, so we're on our way to Expert. I think we keep playing well this week in Ultra League, that we can be prepped and be at Expert for coming into Holiday Cup. And then it's just a 250-point grind, just a 250-point grind with some of the best players in the world, but we've done this before, we can do it again. On this account specifically, we can do it. I know we can. So, yeah, Altaria, probably the new Azu. I think that teams are going to be made up of Altaria and Altaria counters just because of how dominant it is. Going to see a lot of Vigoroth and things like that. I'm thinking I'm going to be playing an Altaria lead, but with counters to the Altaria counters, because I foresee, probably Snowy Castform and Frostlass making an appearance in quite a few teams just to cover the Altarias. I'll use my own Altaria as Altaria coverage and then have two anti-Altarias in the back and see how it does. Let's take a look at my team, actually. It's on PvPoke. Here we go. So Altaria, Diggersby XL, and Marowak. So what I think I'll do is I'll lead Diggersby or Marowak, depending on the meta. Just because, Diggersby is kind of a tank and can handle its own pretty well. That can get some nice chip damage off on a lead Altaria if it has to. And then Marowak can cover anything that Altaria can't, basically. So that's kind of my idea. Maybe Altaria, Diggersby, and Marowak. Just as an early team, we kind of have the Vigoroth coverage with our Ghost type. As long as we call the Bulldozers, right? As long as we call the Bulldozers. Vigoroth is definitely a problem, but I think with the correct move set on Marowak, it should be handleable. And yeah, with Altaria in there as well to cover Vigoroth. That's primarily why Altaria is in there, because it covers pretty much all the meta except for the ice types, right? Snowy Castform and Frostlass being the big ones. So let's take a look at this team. Our coverage is a B, but you'll see it's actually pretty good coverage. Our bulk is an A, our safety is B, and our consistency is B. So this is a pretty good team. Altaria at the top for the only one that we have a even matchup with, and that's the Altaria. Marowak can kind of do something against it, I guess, maybe, but still loses just barely. Diggersby hard loses, but can get off some chip damage, but it is a pretty hard loss. So we're going to take a look. Vigoroth is beaten by Marowak, beaten by Altaria, right? Obstagoon, another threat, beaten by Altaria, and it's actually pretty close with Diggersby, so pretty close matchup. A lot depends on things. So Frostlass, that's the big one, right? Frostlass and Castform, those are the ones that cover Altaria, and we kind of have coverage for Frostlass and Diggersby, and we definitely have coverage for both of them in Marowak. Castform is going to be stronger than Diggersby because of its moveset, though. Graveler, another interesting concept we have the Diggersby for. I think if you do see Graveler, it's probably going to be in the lead, and so probably as a cover for Altaria. So I think that leading Diggersby is probably the best bet to cover for those. Marowak, we're probably going to see a lot of Marowak leads, and obviously Diggersby and Altaria cover it. Skarmories, we might see them. We got double coverage for Skarmory, double coverage for Magnezone, which is, I think, ranked 9th and 10th maybe for Magnezone and Shadow Magnezone. Stunfisk, we have great coverage. Dugong, we have coverage with Marowak there. Dugong is interesting, right? Dugong is interesting. We might try Dugong in the back as a anti-Altaria, but we'll see, right? We'll see. Snorlax, we have coverage. Ho-Oh, we have coverage. Diggersby, coverage, obviously. Mandibuzz, we have coverage. Galvantula, coverage. Sandslash, coverage. So we have coverage against the top meta, essentially, right? We have good coverage. Now, what are the ones that Altaria is covering and no other Pokemon's covering, right? We have to look at that. So that would be Obstagoon. So, which is going to be important because Obstagoon is rank 3, I believe. And let's see, I think that's it. I think that's Ho-Oh as well. And Talonflame. So really Altaria, we already have coverage for a lot of the mons that Altaria does, but Altaria is so powerful and it does cover so many mons in general, I think it's really important. Now, if we swap in a Dugong there, then we have trouble against Obstagoon, right? I mean, we could lead Dugong or have Dugong in the back anticipating the Altaria, but double Legacy Dugong is an option. Let's take a look at the rankings, guys. Rankings for Holiday Cup. Great League, Holiday Cup, Altaria at the top, Vigoroth second, Obstagoon third. Okay, so we do have to plan for those 3 Pokemon. Diggersby XL sitting at 4, and then there they are, guys. I just foresee issues with those Frostlass and Cast Form, but just have your Marowaks ready, right? Graveler I see as a strong lead. Graveler is probably the reason why I need to run Diggersby up front, to be honest with you. Marowak we're obviously using in our team. Skarmory, Air Slash, Brave Bird, Sky Attack, standard moveset. Skarmory's just a beast and we know it. Okay, so Magnezone is not 9 and 10, it's 10 and 11. Okay, so those are going to be interesting, but we do have coverage. Stunfisk, we have coverage. There's Dugong. Now, Ice Shard, Icy Wind, Water Pulse does mean you're going to have to blow 2 Elite TMs if you do not yet have a double Legacy Dugong. But guys, it's worth it. It's so good in so many metas. I don't often try to tell people how to spend their Elite TMs, but Dugong is one, Lapras is another, where it's totally acceptable to use your Elite TMs on them. Yeah. All right, so we see Charizard. We're going to just round out the top 20 with Fire Spin, of course, not the Dragon Breath. And then we have Snorlax, regular Diggersby, Ho-Oh, Lickitung, and Electivire. And then, of course, we see Mandibuzz there hovering around the top 20, so I guess we'll have to see. All right, guys, so there it is. Shadow Abomasnow is there, too, and Sandslash. So you do have to worry about these ice users, guys, these ice types. They're going to have a lot of coverage in the meta, and it's why I have our Alolan Marowak in the back. Always got to have a counter to the main Pokemon. The rest of the Pokemon we might see used in niche situations. Sorry, but yeah, Altaria. There it is, guys. It beats Marowak, beats Vigoroth, beats Obstagoon, beats Diggersby, beats Stunfisk. So Altaria is just a staple, I guess, right? Just a staple. So when building your teams, keep Altaria in mind, guys. Keep the coverage in mind. And I think we can all do well. I'm probably, this is my early team builder. If I change it, I'll let you guys know. But I think that's what we're going to do. Let's hop into the game real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. So what we'll do is we'll go over to battle. We'll go over to party. And Great League, since it is Holiday Cup, I think we're going to lead Diggersby, right? There it is, XL Diggersby. We have Altaria, and we have Marowak. Shadow Bone or Shadow Ball. I guess we got to go with Shadow Bone, right? It's so tough. In the lead, I usually like to have Shadow Bone, but in the back, I usually like to have Shadow Ball. So I think we're going to go with Shadow Bone, Marowak. And yeah, there it is, guys. This is the Oxu team I was trying. So we're going to go Holiday Cup. And that's our initial team, guys. That's going to be our initial team. I'll test it out. If anybody wants to test it, just let me know down in the comments. Feel free to add me. And yeah, we'll go from there. Thanks for stopping by, guys. I appreciate you guys coming to my information videos as well. Hope you guys have a great holiday, and I will talk to you guys later. Generation out.